Hey guys, Family Man here. So, I haven't been able to put up any videos in like a week and a half, and it's because I've been trying to help out my aunt. I had to drive about 2.5, 3 hours away so I could help her out, get a couple things done that she needs to get done. Um, so I haven't been making any riding videos. Now I am a remodeler, subcontractor by trade. Uh, but I love to ride, and that's my passion, is riding and building things, working on people's stuff like that, motor wise. Um, but I apologize that I haven't been able to make any videos. So I figured, hey, maybe you want to come along with me and watch me do what I'm doing up here right now. Today it's going to be some gardening. We're going to do some installation. I already did a majority of the tear out. Um, So, if you'd like to go, think you'd like to go? I'd like to go. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, so now we're outside. Kind of give you a feel of what I'm working with here. So I got this little diamond shape edging here. And then we got these two stem walls, which I just repaired. They were pretty busted up and rusting. But you can see I've ripped out. Let me see if I can stand in the shadow a little bit better. As you can see, I've already ripped out a lot of this stuff. Even this here is not inset in the ground. It was just to keep it in the dirt because we're probably going to reuse it. But I've ripped out all the tie plants, and I reinstalled some of these tie plants in where I want them to go. There was a big arbicola. It's hard to see here. There was a big arbicola right here. I pulled it out and I planted it right there. I put these two crotons beside it, so when they fill in as a hedge, you're going to have a lot of color. So my plan, let's see if I can back up and yet stay in the shade. My plan is to have the tie plants on either edge of the window, the arbicola in the center, the crotons on either side filled in. I want to do the same here. Croton here, arbicola, and then croton, and then croton, arbicola, croton, and then the same over here, croton, arbicola, and croton. And then I'm going to fill all this in with some ground cover, maybe tear it down just a little bit and then ground cover it. And then the same in here. I'm going to tear this down towards here, tear that down towards here, and then tear that down kind of in towards here, and have this the main focus of the depth with ground coverage along the bottom. So yeah, I bought a bunch of plants. Let's hop to it. See this coming together yet. You always want to keep, I'd say, at least a foot off of the wall from your plants, So as you trim, the base of the plant is not directly up against the wall, and you're cutting the base off to be able to trim it away from the wall. Also, in most applications, I recommend top planting. In other words, just take your plants out of the potter and put them on the ground and then press down a little bit without digging, and then fill your soil in around them. It's much healthier for the plants and easier for them to grow. They have an easier time taking off with their roots. Plus, whenever you dig, you're disturbing that soil. And when you disturb the soil, it takes time to basically regrow itself to be able to allow your roots to grow into it comfortably. So that stunts the growth of your plants, which could take some time to have them come back thoroughly, or have them actually start really trying to mature slower instead of faster. If you do top growth, they seem to mature and they're healthier faster than if you were to dig. And then you're dealing with whatever the soil is around it, whereas the top, you can put it on top and bring in new soil. So as it grows, it's getting that new soil nutrient. And a lot less of the products that are in the ground, like lime and everything else from doing the stucco and things like that. But yeah, if you can kind of have your layout, know where your plants are going to go, and then top plant everything instead of digging. No dig. I prefer no dig. Is the best. But in this circumstance with the height, I can only bring it up a little bit. So I don't want to have too much dirt washing into the walk path. So I'm going to have to dig a little bit for everything. Another thing is, once you lay it all out, it's good to take your pots before you dig and just give them a good shake. It'll leave a print there. So when you go to dig, you know exactly where you're putting your plant. You're not just like, oh, where was it? And it seems that I've done a little bit of everything. Landscaping, mechanicking a lot of my life on my own toys and my own stuff. But landscaping's been one of those things that has always been good down here in Florida. So, I mean, when things get slow, I mean, you got to have somewhere else to go. And always come back to what you're doing when things pick back up. But I've learned to be able to do multiple things, so I can pretty much stay busy down here. But yeah, this is the way to go. It's gonna look really good. Bunch more plants to put in position. over this way. Show you what I'm doing over here. The sun came out. I don't know if you can see real good there. Trying to give you some of a view. I don't know if you're getting the picture. So this is going to grow up. These are going to grow up to about here. These are going to be here. And give me a line off them. That one needs to come back just a little bit. I'm going to walk the other one. It's all about positioning. All about positioning. Trying to keep everything straight and level. Bury the nose too a little bit. It'll be there, but it just helps hide it. Adjusting first. That way you know what the layout's going to look like. And you can straighten anything off if you have to. Hold it out just a little bit. Doesn't need to do that. You know right where it's going to land. What I was going for. Alright guys, let's see if I can pick you up, give you a feel of what I'm going for. Now, when you walk out, you can see that real clear. So it's going to be Thai, Croton, Arbicola Croton, Thai, Croton, Arbicola Croton, Thai, Croton, Arbicola Croton. And then I'm probably going to put another Thai plant right there and right there. And then same on the other side. Croton, Thai, or Croton, Arbicola, Thai, or Croton, Arbicola, Croton, Thai, Croton, Arbicola, Croton, Thai, Croton, Arbicola, Croton, Thai. Just for this layout in here, the way this plays in, it'll give it a nice back wall to lower everything down on for my plants. And then I got this little guy here that I got to try and deal with. And I bought some more flowers in here. These guys, and the other ones are buried. And I got under that window to do. Somebody already tried doing something here with it, and they had no order to the system they were doing. So it's just kind of like a line with a couple of these Thai plants. So I want to do Thai here, Thai there, Arbicola, Croton under this window, and then the same under that window, and then work this bed down towards the edge and give a little more fullness to this bed. So to kind of see, I don't know if you can see, the sun's pretty bright. I'm going to move forward. I already trimmed all that and pulled all this mess of stuff. It was just a mess in there. There was a firecracker plant in there that was just all dead and overgrown that took up a big section. It was not pretty. No color. I mean, it did have some red on it, but it was mainly green. Very little color spotches. And I don't want height, I want low maintenance. She has a hard time doing much, so try to keep these gardens as low maintenance as I can. A little bit of hedge trimming and some pruning and done. And then everything else will probably be perennial, and just put perennials all in along the bottom, and then some ground cover just to fill in to try to stop the weeds. So you have a good idea. I'll come back when I get a little further, and we'll go back from there. All right, everybody. So got all that planted and got all that done. I want to show you what I've done. So let's start by coming back up here. So we've gone down this side, and then we've come around here. Still got a lot to fill in the centers. But that's a chance for another day. Let me see if I can get this a little more shaded. Alright, so, and then down under this window, come around here. I'll even show you this garden here. Now it's filled in nicely. Very hard to see. A lot of perennials. A lot of color. And then we got under these windows. We just did. No, it's kind of hard to see right now. Yeah, it's much better. But that's why I haven't been putting out any water videos or mudding videos, anything like that. I've been in Safety Harbor, Florida, doing some planning for my aunt. I've done some stucco patches. In fact, both these columns here were completely rusted out and rotted, and I've completely rebuilt them and re-stuccoed them to match. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, those got redone and repaired. I pulled out the metal corners and put in plastic instead so it doesn't rot. Primed and painted those in the tops. These all the way around, these stem walls were all busted up on top and cracked out. Those are redone. Bunch of cracks in the house that I had to go around and patch in, up and under the windows and all along the walls. But yep, that's where I'm at right now, and I should be back next week, and I can definitely make some more water videos, mudding videos, maybe some more project videos on something else. I know I got a carburetor to rebuild or to replace on a Cub Cadet, or a Kohler motor. Yeah, so y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon.